Jennifer Lonsky is a working artist and teacher from Hopatcong, New Jersey. Jennifer teaches art and composition at the Morris County School of Technology in Denville. She teaches various media such as painting, pencil sketching, charcoal, watercolor, as well as digital art programs. Jennifer also makes every effort to get the students' work seen. She enjoys forming connections with local art spots such as Morris Museum and Teen Arts, which is run through the County College of Morris. Her students have won many accolades as the result of this. Working with her partner, Ruben Rosado, a fellow teacher. Together, they own Pink Sky, a design and art company that aims to create beautiful imagery in the most unexpected places. Jen joins us today to talk about her life as a teacher and artist.
Welcome to Garden State of the Arts. I'm Savannah Rinaldi, and today I have with me Jen Lonsky. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. Did you always think, like growing up, that you'd become the professional that you are?
I think so. In terms of gravitating towards visual arts, I was always a child that was very, very interested in that as a hobby. Which I was grateful for because different time, right? But I was never bored. I always had something to do. If there was a pencil around and an eraser, I always had something to draw. So, and then going through school, kind of developing that in art classes, it became more and more realistic that it's something I could actually do for a living.
Did you always want to become a teacher? Was that like the goal when you were growing up and going to school?
To be honest, no. I remember several people saying to me, you'd be a great art teacher. And I was like, absolutely not. If anything, I would say I didn't think I had the authority for it. I just didn't think anybody would listen to me. I didn't think anything to teach anyone. I think only after going into a design career, I realized that I enjoy producing creative work, but it wasn't something I necessarily wanted to do forever.
Right.
And felt that my interest, my personal interest, was in potentially mentoring future designers, which is how I ended up at Morris County Votech, and I'm super grateful for it because it is exactly everything I thought it would be.
I mean, that's perfect. I mean, I know that you didn't want to become a teacher, but like this seems like a really good fit. Like at the end, trust me, I understand being told that you'd be perfect for something growing up, and you're like, no. But being a professional and being an art teacher, how do you balance that work life? Because that seems like a big workload to deal with, especially with like grading artwork and also having your own work to deal with.
It can be. It can definitely get overwhelming at times because the goal is to be busy, right? The more projects we have, the more exposure we get, the more money we make, the more we can grow. So it's kind of a constant hustle. I think the key to us being successful at both is kind of compartmentalizing our work.
Right,
so,
separating
exactly.
one work with the other work.
Exactly. So when we're at school and we're in the classroom, we're 100% present for the students. And that's fun. Right. It's genuinely enjoyable for both of us. And then outside of those hours, weekends, evening projects, getting there early in the morning, we do often. Filling that time with Pink Sky work and illustration and portraits, it kind of allows us to be more focused, but also speaks to how dedicated we are, because it's not a hobby anymore.
Right, yeah, no. I know that you separate both work and school, but like, would you say that your students really inspire the work that you're making now? Like, I know some teachers take inspiration from the kids and how they're learning, how they're progressing with their own lives, to put into their artwork to show that like resilience. Would you say that you do the same?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the way you put that. They definitely inspire me every day. And I like to think that we have kind of this relationship where we inspire each other.
Right.
A lot of times I'll have artwork in the classroom that I'm currently working on, and I'll ask them for feedback. Like, oh, how do you think this is developing? Should I add more to the shadows? You know, and then it's kind of
Kids
like
are the biggest critics too. They'll tell you right and be like, I don't think so.
It's a nice collaborative spirit, though. It kind of feels more like I like to speak to them in the classroom as if we're all artists, because we are.
Right.
And then they feel like they have kind of their own community as artists as well, even if they're in the Comp Sci Academy or animal science, or they're not necessarily natural artists. In that room, they always are. And we treat each other that way. So I like to think that me kind of sharing my own stuff with them inspires their work. And then I'm definitely inspired by a lot of the risks that they take and a lot of the ways they treat their mediums. They come up with really innovative ideas. And I definitely incorporate that into my work a lot.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine. I'm not a big artist myself, but I can, like, when you have a really good teacher, it obviously inspires kids to do well. Like, obviously, with this book right here, you can see how much work you put into it, right? And obviously that's going to inspire your students into working. But my question is that I can't imagine that workload, that balance, right? So for your professional work, how do you like really just tackle it? Like, what's your schedule look like?
It's kind of random. I mean, school is the same every day, obviously, but we tend to tackle it with priorities. Every day we're usually at school early. So before work, at least we're in the same room and we can kind of communicate about what's next upcoming. I'm working on this pet portrait that we got an order for, and my partner, Ruben Rosato, will be working on prepping for a wedding that we may have coming up, or a booth design that we need for a market that we're doing. And we kind of focus on tackling reminders to make sure that we're getting all the work done. And then there's school.
Right.
Yeah.
No, so we have a couple of examples. My producers have a video to be showing. We'd love for you to describe what we're seeing.
That sounds great. Yeah, so we've been really fortunate to form relationships with a lot of local businesses, and the Rockaway Mall was one that we were able to do with our students, which was a great experience for all of us. One thing that Ruben and I really like to do is collaborate with our students, which makes sense because we're teachers. But and we have very talented students that are able to pull off murals of that scale. So when Rockaway Mall approached us about it, we were in 100% immediately. And that's something that's going to last. It's really nice, even my own friends and family, their friends and family, it's something that they can always say that they were a part of, and that we were a part of too, professionally. And some of these jobs kind of have just built upon the next, which has been nice for us and our portfolio professionally. This particular one at Rockaway can show that we will collaborate with outside people, whether they're artists or not. We were lucky to have artists on hand, but that led to a relationship with the YMCA where they were aware of the work we did at Rockaway. And then we were fortunate enough to get hired as a private business to paint the entrance to their preschool. So we took their branding and we designed a brand new mural for them based on their colors, their fonts, and all the Y designs that already existed.
It's very cute, very bright. I love it it's so cute.
Thank you. It's very friendly.
It's very detailed, even though it's minimal, but it's very detailed. The lines are very clean. It's very nice to look at. It's not harsh to look at. It's very cute.
Thank you. We're really proud of it. And the best part of it, this experience, I feel, was we painted this during the summer when the preschool program was going on in the summer camps. So kids were coming in and out, parents were coming in and out. So they got to see how it developed every day. And we'd get like silly comments from the kids, but they'd be like, they would always have something to say. So.
Yeah. Back in elementary school for me, I remember that we had a mural, and I remember when that was getting done and how the kids, we also got to be, part of the process of it, and it was always memorable. Like, I remember to this day, I'm 22 years old now, and in elementary school, we did it, I think, in like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So, no, art like that is definitely very memorable, not only for the artists, the students, but it's also memorable for like the parents. My parents still talk about the mural that we had in my elementary school. So no, it's very nice to see that, and it's very detailed. Like the one in the Rockaway Mall, very beautiful. Like the bird that I saw, that was very detailed.
And
the
you know,
fish was beautiful.
That design completely was them. That was the Design Academy completely. Our students took on the project. They wanted, their only prompt was that it should be about Morris County, because a lot of people from Morris County visit Rockaway Mall. And they designed all of that. We, if anything, we facilitated changing it into like a vector file so we could read colors better, but they ordered paint, they set up the file, they organized everything, and we were kind of there as facilitators. We helped them paint it, but in the end, that was their design completely, as opposed to the Y, where we were hired kind of as a, to be designers as well. That was completely students on their own, so we were really proud of them.
Yeah, no, it must be so nice to see, like, even though you kind of like took a step back with the mural, it's so nice to see how far like your students have grown. Oh, yeah. But it must be so inspiring and inspirational. Thank you so, like, I can't thank you enough for being here. It was beautiful work to be seen. Like, it was enjoyable to talk to you.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity. I never get tired of talking about any of this, so thank you for the chance.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for tuning in to Garden State of the Arts. We'll be back next week.